Okay, big guy, this Twitter thing has been going great, but maybe just one more hot take before bed. I've got it. Sir, we have a code red. What is it? Someone tweeted that Wendy's is just okay. Frozen beef. Sir, your language. Destroy him. Affirmative. Okay. I think everything is going according to plan. Of course it is. After all, this is Wendy's, and it's just like our motto says. Crush our enemies at all costs. And also square hamburgers.
Oh no.
Hello and welcome back to Companies on the Internet Are Doing What Now? I'm Jarvis, and today I feel like it's time to talk about some of the very strange habits of fast food brands on Twitter. So I spend way too much time on social media, which reminds me, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jarvis. And on Twitter specifically, there are a lot of brands trying to seem hip and with it to appeal to the kids, I guess. Can you tell I'm old? And a lot of times, I'll be honest, it's very funny. And other times, it can be very, very weird. And we'll be talking about that today. I feel like the biggest name of the game here is Wendy's, because they had this tweet go viral last year, and everyone has been copying them since. They tweeted, "Our beef is way too cool to ever be frozen." And then someone disagreed. "Your beef is frozen and we all know it. Y'all all know we laugh at your slogan, fresh, never frozen, right? Like, you're really a joke." It's like, comes on a little strong. And then Wendy's disagreed, and they responded, "So you deliver it raw on a hot truck?" At this point, it's not looking good for this guy. Wendy says, "Where do you store cold things that aren't frozen?" And then the guy completely forgets his point and just tries to roast Wendy's. "Y'all should give up. McDonald's got you guys beat with the dope-ass breakfast." And then Wendy's finishes him off with, "You don't have to bring them into this just because you forgot refrigerators existed for a second there."
Drag him!
So since then, they've been roasting fans and competitors alike. "Wendy's, can you find me the nearest McDonald's?" Nice. And everybody went fucking bananas. Wendy's is roasting people on Twitter, and it's just too funny. 25 Wendy's tweets that served a double shade burger in 2017. Ugh. And my personal favorite, Wendy's social media team smells blood, pounces on wounded wildebeest McDonald's. So this seems harmless, right? Like, in isolation, these roasts are pretty funny. Everybody has a good time, I guess. But the weird part to me is when we all kind of gather around as a collective and watch a video titled Top 80 Wendy's Clapback Tweets, Part 3, Epic Roasts of All Time. Then we're just celebrating the fact that a multi-million-dollar corporation is like dunking on a regular ass person. Like, a lot of these tweets that Wendy's is replying to end up getting deleted, which just makes it seem like Wendy's is harassing people. Deleted tweet. Wendy's response: "Oh, is your waifu not giving you enough attention?" I have no idea what this person said, but apparently Wendy's response sent them to the shadow realm. This year, Wendy's mostly chilled out from roasting people, but if you were to search Wendy's roast, you have thousands of people begging to be roasted by Wendy's, which is something out of like 1984 or 2018, because honestly nothing matters anymore. Wendy's has basically achieved meme status at this point, so now they just play into that. Like, they did a surgery on a grape tweet. They streamed Fortnite on Twitch where they destroyed all the freezers in the restaurant because hashtag no frozen beef. And they made a mixtape. What have we done?
Guys, come on. This Wendy's mixtape, it's not good.
Wendy is like that quirky friend who's putting out pretty good stuff for the most part, and we want to reward that with attention. Only problem is, she's not our friend. She's this guy and his 12,000 employees. What if Wendy is a sociopath and she's just doing all of this to get us to like her so that we'll buy more of her weird square hamburgers? That's the real tea, sis. Anyway, now every brand is doing this, and it's gotten downright dystopian. I want to start with Burger King, because they are definitely one of the biggest brands on Twitter that is behaving this way. Wendy's better watch the throne. Get it? Burger King's Twitter features a number of familiar strategies, like absolutely destroying their customers. All somebody said was, For National Cheeseburger Day, you should actually put cheese on the burgers. Just saying. I'm assuming that they ordered a cheeseburger and then the employee at Burger King forgot to put cheese on the burger and they were just venting their frustrations through social media, which is a perfectly normal and common thing to do. But then Burger King hits back with, pro tip, if you want cheese on your Whopper, use your words at the counter. Shit, Burger King, you don't even know that they wanted a Whopper. You don't know their situation. You can't like jump to roasting somebody with no context. They're also like awkwardly using Kardashian memes incorrectly. Last month they tweeted absolute gibberish. Oh look, Netflix is in the replies. They're friends. So this happens a lot. You'll often see like other brands floating around the replies of brand tweets as if they're all at the same like school lunch table or something. And that's just these brands being friendly, like not even talking about when they're beefing, which is weirdly often. It's almost like they're inventing drama so that people will talk about it. That's the real tea, sis. There's so many of these. Like Wendy's Twitter beef with Wingstop devolves into epic rap battle. Epic? We'll see. GameStop, Wingstop copped a new game for the Xbox. Saucin' and tossin' our wings in a pot. We got that original hot. This is the Migos flow from Bad and Bougie, but I refuse to rap it because I will die. Then Wendy's responded, sit down, be humble, you know, quoting Kendrick. It keeps going. And I'm gonna leave it there. Where were we? Oh, Burger King. Yeah, so they're also co-opting Twitter culture. They're like bandwagon fans of Brockhampton, America's boy band. And they, like Wendy's, are in this one-sided beef with McDonald's where McDonald's has never responded. Like they just did this marketing campaign where you get a free Whopper as long as you order it at a McDonald's with their app.
We're just here to order the Whopper.
Whopper? You would never do this to somebody. This is so messed up. Oh my God, Burger King, you're so kooky, you're so crazy. Oh my God. Wow, how do you do it? Then they started tweeting shit like billions swerved. Savage. Burger King snapped. Morning, everyone. If you happen to be going to a McDonald's today, drive safe because of their promotion. And then Pop-Tarts rolls up in the replies. I appreciate your savagery these days. So savage. So now it's not even companies anymore. Now it's just products, pastries, anything with nostalgia for millennials. Then I went to the Pop-Tarts Twitter, and it's also really fucking strange. This is beautiful, kind of like my ex. JK, it's beautiful, unlike my ex. I was always too good for you, bye. What? Why are these accounts tweeting in the first person? You're not a person. What is a Pop-Tart? Is it like a ravioli? This Pop-Tart doesn't have an ex. And even if we could accept that this Pop-Tart was in a relationship, is it flexing on its ex? Bond over your love of Pop-Tarts and fear of intimacy. What is this photo? Why is this Pop-Tart on a hat? Is this helping you sell Pop-Tarts? The memes. Now all of these brands have relatable identities, and Pop-Tarts is like the friend with relationship problems, I guess. And your stoner cousin is Hot Pocket. Yeah, the Hot Pocket. The, what is it? Like a ravioli? Are all of these products ravioli? I guess it's like a calzone. Anyway, the Hot Pockets Twitter is definitely written by someone who's high. At least that's like the identity that they're trying to portray. Whatever it is a lack of effort. Hot Pockets without hot are just pockets. Hot Pocket plus Hot Pocket equals Hot Pocket. I feel like the entire Hot Pockets Twitter strategy is, you know, somebody's like scrolling through their feed while high and then sees a tweet from a Hot Pocket and it's just like, whoa, Hot Pocket. Their most popular tweet is Bot Buckets. And then you have Moon Pies, which is like a 100-year-old snack brand from the South in the US that probably none of you have heard of, but I grew up with it. It's like a s'more, but worse. Unexpectedly, the account is a certified meme lord. It's as good a day as any to stick a moon pie in the microwave, light a couple candles, and scream into a soft pillow. Jesus. My wife tried them for the first time yesterday, but didn't like them. What should I do? Maybe buy her something she does like. You are her husband. You should know these things. Enough, Kamal. They also got into this weirdly flirty Twitter exchange with the Wendy's Twitter account that culminated in Wendy's making a Baconator out of moon pies, and it is disgusting. And then they can also be seen roasting their fans because that's apparently what we expect from them. They should call you Moon Pie because nobody likes you. They should call you Kayla because that's how it's supposed to be spelled. Is taking the high road dead in 2018? These brand accounts are like out there in these streets like looking for trouble. At this point, we have random snacks from my childhood roasting people on Twitter. Where do we go from here? Like, are we gonna have like Sally's lemonade stand dabbing on the haters? The answer is actually better. It comes in the form of a frozen beef snack by the name of steak-umms. Steak-umms is a confirmation that brand Twitter accounts have completely imploded on themselves. To say that this product is obscure is an understatement. It is just like a frozen, like, I don't know, cheesecake filling that you would find like at a cheap grocery store. They have like 45,000 followers and somehow the most woke Twitter I have ever seen in my life. I first heard about them from my new subreddit. You should head over there if you're really interested, r/unnamed fanbase. Wendy's tweeted, "Start the grill, it's National Roast Day," which maybe is a real holiday, but I assume means that Wendy's is gonna start roasting people. And in the replies, moon pie is in there. They're like, "How's the annual roasting going, Wendy's?" And Steak-umms out of nowhere is like, "Let's see if you can turn our frozen beef sheets into roast beef, you corporate cowards." Like, what? You aren't verified because your tweets are just a bunch of try-hard edgelord fodder. Quit trying to sit at the table with the big kids. And all through this, like, Steak-umms is like the most self-aware about brand Twitters, and that it's just so meta and confusing. Like, they're like anti-corporate almost. "I'm tired of being a blue checkmark elitist. Take me home, country roads." Brand posts how to touch content. Critics, "Stupid brand. This meme is ancient." Brand posts trending content. Critics, "Stupid brand. How do you do, fellow kids?" Brand posts ironic, self-aware content. Critics, "Stupid brand. Stop being aware and destroying the internet." Yeah, kind of. Are they trying to make us feel bad for how people treat brands on Twitter? First of all, Steak-umms tweets are like never about the product. Like, what is this? I think that there's some sort of like cult following that Steak-umms has at this point, because AV Club included them in their worst of 2018 list, I think because they just didn't like how self-aware they are or something. And the replies coming to their defense, what? I actually like the Steak-umms Twitter. I think that it's like, you know, come full circle and become self-critical. And all of this raises the question, why are so many young people flocking to brands on social media for love, guidance, and attention? They're isolated from real communities, working service jobs they hate while barely making ends meet. They're crushed by student debt. They grew up through the dawn of internet culture. Now they're being resold their childhood. They often don't have parents to talk to. Remakes, sequels, spin-offs. They have full access to social media and the information highway, but they feel more alone and insecure than ever. So they go to memes. They go to obscure, absurdist humor. They go to frozen meat companies on Twitter and rant. Steak-umms bless. Yeah, pretty much. Stop seeing through my soul, Steak-umms. You're supposed to be frozen meat. In conclusion, brands on Twitter are sad millennials now because apparently that's the only way to be relatable. And this strategy seems to be working. Like, if Wendy's is any example, they've grown their Twitter following to like almost 3 million and business seems to be booming. The kids would say it's lit. This trend isn't all bad, I don't think. I mean, we have to live with ads, so they may as well be entertaining. But can this type of marketing be harmful? Absolutely. There's nothing stopping any of these companies from doing shady shit and then hiding behind a cartoon mascot. If you go to the Genius page for the Wendy's mixtape, which I don't recommend, that's Wendy's. Wendy's is like, "Yo, we got fresh, never frozen beef, and that's a fact." And then somebody's like, "You also use slave farmer potatoes." Now that's cold. There's also some good that can come of this. I mean, myself and many other creators are able to support our creative careers in part due to brand partnerships. Funyuns just hired voiceover Pete for an ad.
Attention, all gamers. Funyuns needs your help to take down the forsaken munchies.
And look, it moved a sale from Leon Lush, so it's effective. There's definitely a really pessimistic take here that like this sort of advertising is poisoning our culture or something. But I mean, at least in America, advertising is baked into society. As a modern example of this, the whole trend of diamond engagement rings in America was basically started by a 1930s advertising campaign, but now it's culture. All I'm trying to say is that these brand tweets are the least of my worries. I don't know if this made any sense, but I just wanted to highlight the weird time that we're in. Okay, bye. Thanks to Destiny for sending me a message on Instagram. Or is it Destiny? No, definitely Destiny. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. If you want me to butcher your name, send me a message on Instagram or Twitter @Jarvis.